Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Will begins to tell Electra about Luna, even if Bill wants to keep it a secret. Katie was worried that Will would inform Electra that Luna was expecting his child in the design studio. Katie acknowledged that she was concerned for her son when Hope cut her off. Hope told Katie that Electra's intense love for Will was very cute. Bill also approved of Will and Electra's relationship. Katie reassured her. Sheila reassured Lee at Il Giardino that Will was the only potential father of Luna's unborn child. It's the only thing that will help keep their granddaughter out of jail, she added. Sheila pondered what Bill had done with Luna, but Lee believed she might be in jail right now. Sheila acknowledged Lee's distress but maintained that they had to support Luna. Lee wanted to get the whole thing over with. According to Lee, Luna's treatment of Will was unacceptable. Although she could be outraged, Sheila told her that she didn't really want their granddaughter to be sent back to prison, because she became pregnant with Bill and Katie's adorable little kid. Sheila was reminded by Lee of the several times Luna had stated that she would stop at nothing to avoid returning to prison. Sheila acknowledged that Luna might have planned for the scenario, but if so, it was wonderful that she had outwitted Bill. Luna told Bill at the Spencer estate that he couldn't make her get an abortion, and that he was a monster for making such a terrible suggestion. Luna's conceit infuriated Bill, who claimed to understand the true nature of the situation, and that she was AWOL with the wrong family. Bill snarled, "You will never become Mrs. Will Spencer, much less have a Spencer child." He declared that he will stop at nothing to keep his sons safe. Bill informed Luna that Will would never love her, and that she was totally out of touch with reality. Luna was sure that she, Will, and their child would be together for years to come, regardless of whether he was seeing anyone at the moment. Bill growled that Lee ought to have killed Luna to spare him the trouble because she was a cunning little bitch. Luna declared her intention to lie down and take a sleep. When Katie arrived and inquired about Luna's whereabouts, Bill informed her that she was under lockdown. Until he came up with a solution, he intended to keep her resurrection a secret. Katie complained about Will's sense of guilt. Katie informed Bill that their son's life had been completely upended, and that he was feeling bad about what Luna had done. She restated how Luna had singled out and harmed their son. Bill was about to inform her that Luna was still alive, and that she might be carrying his kid when she informed him that Will was currently with Electra. Will said that he was having trouble with something and was anxious around Electra at a guest home in Forrester. Electra wanted to tell him how much she loved and trusted him, and how wonderful their connection was. Will was under a lot of pressure to tell her the truth about Luna. Electra went on to say that she never had to be concerned about him seeing someone else. She claimed that her life had changed after she first saw him, and that she was now incredibly grateful and loving for her job, her family, and most importantly him. When she talked about their future, and how she could imagine herself loving him forever, Will began to cry. Will cried, "You have no idea how much I need to believe that at this moment." She seemed so pleased, he informed her, and he didn't want to ruin it, but he had to tell her something. He informed her that something happened the night of the party that she needed to know about, because Electra reassured him that there was nothing he couldn't tell her. Lee Finnegan is taken into custody. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Lee Finnegan is finished with her granddaughter Luna Nozawa. Luna played her like a violin since Lee believed she could persuade her to change her ways in spite of all the warning signs. However, is it possible for Grandma Lee to hand Luna over to the police without getting arrested herself? For a preview of next week's events on B&B, see the spoilers below. By feigning Luna Nozawa's death and sneaking her out of the hospital, Lee Finnegan jeopardized both her career and her personal freedom. Luna's grandmother was duped by her gab gift, but we all knew she wouldn't change. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Luna's most recent actions against Will Spencer Jr. have Lee Finnegan in a state of horror. However, she can find herself in shackles herself if she phones the police and attempts to turn her over. Dr. Lee didn't appear to grasp how many offenses she actually committed, because she was living in a fantasy world. In addition to the oath she signed as a doctor, the hospital most likely disapproves of pretending to be dead and bringing patients home with you. She is currently in a difficult situation. Blackmail is nothing new to Luna Nozawa, who will probably remind her grandmother that Lee will also go down if she does. Lee Finnegan ought to get legal counsel as soon as possible. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest that Sheila Carter will attempt to disassociate herself from this situation, even if Lee technically had an accomplice. Furthermore, Sheila didn't assist Lee in pretending to be dead in the hospital. She arrived after the occurrence. Will Lee Finnegan hand Luna over to the police, in your opinion? Will she get arrested or even have her medical license revoked? Deacon hears Luna's complete spin-out with the live Electra. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Electra Forrester suffers a complete spin-out, while Deacon Sharp will discover that Luna Nozawa is still alive. To begin with, Will Spencer recently told Electra that he had an incident on the evening of his promotion party. Even though Will detests the thought of hurting Electra's feelings, she must know this. It appears that Electra is finally beginning to worry about whatever it is that Will has been withholding from her. Will feel that he has some really bad news, even though Electra told him he could tell her anything. Electra will undoubtedly be shocked when Will reveals that the mystery woman was wearing the identical mask that she had on that evening. Will tell Electra that he believed it to be her, and that he would never have slept with anybody else. Naturally, when Will admits how he located Luna by following the secret admirer through her texts, Electra will become even more enraged. Electra will be taken aback by Luna's survival, and become terrified for everyone's safety. Electra should also be aware that Luna took a positive pregnancy test from her luggage, and immediately began boasting about having Will's child. By the time Will is done acknowledging all of this, Electra will probably have an emotional breakdown and leave the Forrester guest house. Even though Luna's violation of Will wasn't his fault, Electra will still have a lot of information to take in. There will be a wedge between them because Electra will also feel upset by Will concealing that mystery woman encounter in the first place. Deacon and Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, are also at odds since he is about to learn that Luna is still alive. Watch closely to witness Deacon receive the shock of his life since that might be the cliffhanger for Tuesday's B&B show. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila will find it difficult to justify what she has been withholding from Deacon, since he will soon expect more Luna updates. Returning to split bridge up Steffy Forrester? Fans of Steffy Forrester have cause for celebration. Fan favorite Jacqueline McInnes Wood's maternity leave is coming to an end, and the actress will soon return to the soap opera. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, you already know why Steffy Forrester is returning home if you have been watching B&B this week. Steffy will lose it when she finds out about her father's wedding. Can she salvage the bond between her parents? For all the latest Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, continue reading to find out what will happen next on the soap opera. When Steffy Forrester left town, her mother, Taylor Hayes, was planning her wedding, and her parents were happily engaged. You can only imagine how shocked she will be to find out that Ridge Forrester left her mother and wed Brooke Logan. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester will return home quickly to console her mother and ensure that Taylor's cardiac issues don't worsen. The enraged Forrester heiress will then go straight to her father and have a confrontation with him. When Steffy gets to Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan might want to hide herself. Because her parents are no longer together, Steffy is a little too old to be having a tantrum. That won't stop her though. To what extent will Steffy go to break up Ridge's recent marriage? Steffy's involvement in her father's affairs would not be the first time. According to online rumors, Steffy might attempt to send someone to woo Brooke Logan. Ridge is likely to request marriage annulment and return to Taylor if she is discovered having an affair with another man. On social media, viewers also frequently speculate that Steffy might be responsible for Brooke Logan's downfall. She would not be fooled into drinking alcohol and putting her life on hold for the first time. Ridge might come to the conclusion that Taylor was a better option for him if he discovers Brooke smuggling alcohol into the closet. Do you believe Steffy can separate Ridge? Or should she mature and start worrying about her own marriage? Will admits Electra's response and Luna's baby choice. There will be spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate Will Spencer's admission. But it sounds like Electra Forrester's reaction is exactly what her boyfriend was afraid about. What will Bill Spencer do in the interim regarding Luna Nozawa and the infant? Let's discuss the upcoming developments in the CBS soap drama as you continue reading. Let's begin with Will, who has simultaneously felt guilty, perplexed, and appalled. That was terrible enough after he found out that Luna was still alive. It is heartbreaking for him to learn that he slept with her while believing she was his girlfriend, and that she is pregnant. At least Will is aware that he must at last be honest with Electra. Since I was expected him to keep it a secret until the kid was delivered, I give him credit for that. Electra's love for Will had never been stronger. After the whole Remy Price incident, the girl also told Hope Logan that she feels safe and can trust people again. When Electra finds out that Luna is still alive, she will be shocked. Will, though, has more to say. The remainder of the week's leaks suggest that after finding out about Luna and the pregnancy, Electra flees from her boyfriend. After feeling deceived by Will, Electra will need someone to turn to. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Remy might return, but Ivy Forrester will make an effort to mend Electra's wounded heart. After all, Remy is in a relationship with Deke Sharp, a budding designer. Remy is out of the closet and no longer has an obsession with Electra. But now that Remy has his sanity back, they might wind up being buddies. Anything goes in soap operas, but it's not realistic in real life. And there's the Luna and baby problem. Luna refuses to undergo an abortion, despite Bill's repeated demands. She not only believes the kid is her free pass, but she also undoubtedly expects Will's wealth to sustain her. At least not legally. Bill cannot compel someone to have an abortion. What will he do then? Keep a pregnant woman imprisoned in his home? What is the plot thread you are most excited to follow? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below.